Jesus. Why do they have to have so many games? Too many games to show for a pickups video. Jeez. Hey everybody, it is your boy NCSO7 here, and welcome to another pickups video. Now, this is actually going to be pickups for both January and February, and I'm actually going to be doing pickups videos where I'm going to show the games I get every 2 months instead of doing it at the beginning of every month. So, I know I'm doing this in the middle of March, but, you know, bear with me. So we're going through January and February games today, so I guess we may as well go right through this. So first off, I got more games on the Wii U Virtual Console before it goes down later this month. Let's unplug this actually. The games I got was first Pac-Man collection. This is actually the very first Game Boy Advance game I got like an actual cartridge for. And it's an alright collection. They have Pac-Man Arrangement on there, which is pretty good. Then I also got Majora's Mask, because I have Ocarina of Time on there, but I've only played like a little bit of it. I haven't actually played that much Ocarina of Time, but yeah, Majora's Mask's alright, but I honestly prefer the 3DS version controls, but I know I'm in the minority there, because apparently people say it's like the worst version of the game, but I don't really care. I never really played, I never really got far in it, though. And I also got WarioWare, which is an amazing game, the first one. This game is amazing. I think everybody knows WarioWare is one of the best GBA games. It's just fun. Like, for being a first game in the series, it's pretty solid. So next we got a bunch of PS4 games, and I bought these on Amazon, and I actually bought all these used because I kind of wanted to test and see how good a condition they'd be when they arrived. And the first one I got was Uncharted 4. This game sold like a lot of copies. Now I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really the biggest Uncharted person. I don't think the series sucks, but the 2 hours I played of the first game through the Nathan Drake collection, I didn't really care for it too much, but it's still good, and I'm sure this game is really good too. But yeah, it's fun. Next game I got is Death Stranding. I've wanted to add this to my collection for quite a bit of time to continue growing my ever so large PS4 collection. It's really getting out of control. But I'll be honest, I played a little bit of Death Stranding, and I'm going to be honest, it is not a game for me. Like, I see what this game is trying to kind of go for, and I know it's a good game. Hideo Kojima made it. It's good, but I just am not into this. I didn't really get into it. I think it's a good-looking game, but it's not for me. I'm sorry. I know that's why I pissed a bunch of people off. And the next game I got was Drive Club, and I played a little bit of this game. I need to play more of it, but when I was playing it, my PS4 controller had like stick drift on there, so that's real fun. But from what I played of it, it seems all right. I need to play more of it to get a proper opinion, because to be honest, when I first played it, I didn't really like it that much, but it probably was just because of my stick drift problem, so probably nothing against the actual game itself, but I need to play more of this. I'm probably going to have to get another PS4 controller at some point, because I mean, it was the one I got with my system, which was like 3 years ago, so yeah. Well, 3.5 years ago, jeez. And then the last PS4 game I got is, or at least some hair on that, Nier Automata. Now, I do want to play this game at some point in time. I know it's a big JRPG. I haven't played any of the Nier games, but I have heard very good things about Nier Automata, and I want to play it at some point, but I don't know when. It's a big JRPG. I don't know if I'm ready for it. I'll play it at some point, I swear. And then I've got a bunch of stuff for this. So I did get like the Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors DLC, because I was actually like playing through that, but yeah, I'm not really counting that much. But the big game I got in January was, of course, Fire Emblem Engage. I just recently made a 40-minute video on why I love this game so much. I know some people don't care for it too much because it, like, whether or not, like, the romance stuff or, like, the story or some of the characters. But I honestly think this is probably, like, my favorite in the series. I love it so much. I bought the DLC for it, and I also got the big hold on, this massive Divine Edition. Right after I beat the game, I went right to eBay. I was like, sure, I'll pay like $50 above MSRP for this. This thing is so cool. It's pretty similar to that of the Three Hopes special edition, but I love this so much. I love it so much. It's so cool. I love how I love it. It's so cool, and I don't really have much else to say. Obviously, I know Fire Emblem Engage is a bit divisive, but I will stand by this game. I think it's really, really good, and I was somebody who loved Three Houses, so yeah, I'm one of those people, and I don't have any shame in admitting that. So that pretty much does it for all of the January games. Now moving on to February, and there honestly isn't very much, but we'll go through it. So first thing is actually kind of an interesting sort of thing, but the Pinball Arcade, if you can see it on there. There we go. So the story with this is I was on the eShop. I was going on the Wii U eShop because, you know, I'm not going to get a lot of chances to do that. And I was like, you know, maybe like I should like look through like games with DLC, because there was like a section for that. Because maybe I should get that stuff before I can't ever get it again. And I saw that the Pinball Arcade actually had like a bunch of tables in there, including the Williams and Bally tables, available for purchase, even though they lost that license years ago. So I kind of had to jump the gun and go and like get that stuff. I do have some more pinball tables I'm gonna get for that later, like within this month, March, but I'm not including it in the next pickups video. And I know the Pinball Arcade on Wii U is not really the best out there. I mean, they kind of just, for lack of better words, they shat it onto the eShop, and then like they never went back to it at all. But it's just weird to me that they left all those tables on there, even though they lost that license. I have no idea. But hey, that was cool. Next game I got, and this was a bit of an interesting one, kind of. Not because of the game itself, but Hyperdimension Neptunia MK2. This is another one of those Hyperdimension games, and the reason I got this was actually because I was attending a convention. You may have known of it, Anime Milwaukee, and I also got a Hatsune Miku figure, which is, look at her, she's so adorable. But these were the things I got at Anime Milwaukee. I haven't really gone to that many anime conventions, and I'll be completely honest, I don't think I'd probably go back to it. It was not worth $60. But now moving on to possibly one of my favorite things that I've got within February, and probably like the biggest game changer I've gotten in a while. This right here is the Odin Light. This thing is so cool. So what this is it's basically like a modified Android, and it's designed specifically for emulation. So I'm gonna like actually like load up a game. I'll load up, actually like Melee's not gonna work. Good lord. But you can actually play, like, you can get a bunch of emulators on this thing. And it is just so cool. Like, I'll just load Animal Crossing for right now. It's like, look at that. Like, you can actually, and I know there's like Android emulators for like stuff like that, but like, look at this. Like, you can actually like play Animal Crossing on here. And it's like, you can play all these other GameCube games. It's like so cool. It's amazing. And I also got another emulator as well, RetroArch Plus, which is like an enhanced version of RetroArch, which is like this big emulator. And yeah, I can play like Game Boy Advance games on here. It is so cool. I've actually been playing a bunch of stuff on here. It's actually how recently I actually beat the first Pikmin game, and I actually played the entire thing on this thingamajig. I played the entirety of Pikmin 1 on this thing. And obviously I know, and it was the GameCube version. I know some people might be like, why would you play the GameCube version when you can play the Wii version with this pointer controls? But it's like, but I can't play Pikmin 1 portably unless I play like this. But that was a lot of fun. And I've been playing I played Luigi's Mansion on here a lot. It is so cool. I would absolutely recommend getting this thing. I may or may not do a video on it in the future. I'm not sure. We'll kind of have to just see what happens, because I had other content lined up for like over half a year. So now moving on from that and moving on to a game on the Oculus Quest 2, or Meta Quest 2. I got Among Us VR on this thing, which you might be wondering, why the hell did you buy this, NCS? And the reason is because, well, I was kind of curious to see what the game was like, and it was only $10, so I was like, why not? And it's honestly not too bad. I mean, obviously you're going to be filled with a bunch of 7-year-olds, but it is a lot more fun to play Among Us in VR than it is, like, without VR, at least in my opinion. Somebody's trying to get into my stuff. But yeah, I got Among Us VR, not too bad for what it is. And then the last game I got was did I actually not bring it with me? Oh man, this is why you need to be careful. Yep, it fell on the floor. And I'm leaving that in too. Dead Space, the remake. I have not played a lot of this. I've only played the first 2 chapters and a little bit of chapter 3. I need to play more of this, but this game is really, really good. It hasn't really scared me yet, but I will say it is really good for what it is, and I'm definitely excited to play more of this and maybe make a video on it later in the future. But yeah, good game. And that's pretty much it for all the stuff I have to show in this video. So obviously I know it's not like a lot, but I figure may as well split it between like do it every 2 months instead of each month, because I don't know, I got other content. My channel's like changed a lot within this year because I've been changing my content and all that jazz. But yeah, so anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought was cool from this little haul of stuff I got. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace out and take care.